y'all, it's Coco and we're back with another video. You guys, SWV and Xscape, Queens of R&B, Season 1, Episode 2. Baby, I am over it. I am through with it. That Tasha gots to go, okay? I have never felt a dislike for someone the way I feel for her because I feel like you grimy. You really, really grimy. And it's almost to the point where I don't want her to succeed as a solo artist because the way she moves is so snake-like, okay? Before we go ahead and get into this review, if this is your first time here, I need you to do me a favor. Sit back, relax, watch the video on through, and if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of my members or my lovely subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode basically picks up exactly where it left off. Tamika is pissed off because her mama know that her sister stole that daggone money, okay? And she's trying to cover it up for her. They outside, get the cameras out of here, get the cameras out of here, doing all of that. And to add insult to injury, her daughter is there. Her daughter didn't even know that this was going down. I just can't believe that your own mother would plot against you with your sister. Like, this is crazy. So Tamika gets in her car and she pulls off. And I completely understand. Because for one, y'all got me effed up. Y'all not about to gang up on me. That's one. And two, my daughter is here. So that means that I got to keep my composure and get up out of here, okay? Tamika just feels so defeated. You could just see that she just is hurt. And she said she's been going through this her whole entire life. I really feel bad for her because it's really like the black sheep of the family at this point. And her mother got the nerve to talk about something. You need to go to therapy. Yes, she do. Because y'all messed her up. And y'all messed her up really, really bad. Tamika pull up the Candy house. And Candy's eating her chicken wings, okay? And then Tamika shows up. And Tamika is better than me because after all of that, I'll be exhausted. I will be in the bed like, I cannot deal with today. Okay, so I'm happy that she's up and going about her business, okay? They all sit down and they ask her, like, where's Tasha? She tells them that they had a family meeting with their mother, and she brought up the fact that her and her husband stole her money, and how her mom was defending Tamika like she didn't take the money. She didn't take the money. She was feeling provoked at the time. She said, I never even said nothing. Like, you know I didn't want to bring this up, but, like, the way that it was coming at me, I had to. But, y'all, you want to know how I know she's not lying? Because as soon as she said, I brought up the fact that Tasha was stealing my money, Tiny was like, ooh, Lord. And Candy Face said it all. If this has never been a conversation before, they would have never made that reaction. They would have been like, what? She did what? So this conversation has been brought up before. But here's the real gag, okay? In the confessional, Tamika tells us that when she went to tell her mother that they stole her money, her mother said, you never know what she was going through financially. Maybe she needed it. Poor Tamika's in the confessional crying, talking about, but I was pregnant. My oldest daughter was in college. She needed that money. I needed that money. And I'm just sitting here in such disbelief because this is some dysfunctional-ish. How dare you make excuses for your daughter stealing from your other daughter? You're supposed to put them in check. Tell them this is not how you treat family. But instead, you over here defending this mess? Over $30,000 worth? Throw away. And y'all know I try not to be disrespectful to nobody's parents, but she's trash. Trash. So when she was talking to Tiny and Candy, she was like, and the crazy thing is, I was just so happy to see my sister because I hadn't seen her a lot. But she was just like, you know, putting on for these cameras. That's exactly what she was doing. She was acting like everything was all great, trying to give her a hug and everything, putting on the show in front of her mother like she's this goody old two shoes when y'all was just at the brunch the other day at the meeting with SWV and you snubbed her when she walked in talking about something we always hug. Well, I can't tell. Tasha, I see you for who you are, sis. I don't like it. Not even a little bit. Tasha's over here talking to her husband, putting up a whole little sob story. Her husband got the nerve to try to figure out why his name always coming up. Because you're part of the thievery, sir. Talk about something, they're not going to accuse us of stealing no money. It got the nerve to say her sister had the tendency of lying. No, it looks like you have a tendency of lying. You and your clown-ass husband. Talk about something, if my name come up, then they just gonna have to deal with what comes with it. Sir, sit down. Sit down. Y'all don't understand how agitated I was with this because I have a sister. And I could not imagine going through any of this with my sister. Yet alone my sister and my mama. That's just too much. So then y'all, Tamika Mother left her a voicemail that she played for Candy and Tiny. And when I tell you, I felt literally disgusted. I felt literally disgusted because her mother was just sitting there gaslighting the crap out of her and talking about you need to be humble. You need to listen to what's right. Y'all, I don't understand. Like, I really was sitting here trying to comprehend this and take it all in, but it really was not making sense to me. She was telling Tiny and Candy how, like, she would go to bat for her sister. No matter what they was going through, she was turning on Tiny, she was turning on Candy, doing everything that she needed to be in the good graces of her sister and that mama. As soon as she decided to stick up for herself, now she's the problem. Now she's the bad guy. Now she's going against the family. Oof. But I was just really happy that Candy and Tiny was supporting her because somebody got to support Tamika. Anybody. Because God knows for daggone sure it won't be her family. Then Tasha's husband got the nerve to ask her, so what does this mean for the group? She like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. You're a snake because you know exactly what your plan is. But I'm going to let you rock because we ain't get there yet. Then we get a nice little quick little peaceful scene. Thank God for SWV. Okay, because Lily and her sister are having coffee and they're making breakfast. And we know we're getting a little bit of backstory about Lily and her life and her family and how she grew up basically having nothing. She got pregnant at 15, and because she got pregnant at 15, she couldn't work a full-time job. So she had to work 2 part-time jobs, and her mother was helping her with her daughter. So I was just like, wow. She said that the only thing she wanted to do when she got her paycheck was to buy a bed. And that's exactly what she did when she got her money. She bought a king-size bed. And I was just sitting here like, whoo, child. 15 years old, working 2 jobs, and you striving to buy a bed? I applaud you, girl. I applaud you, because that sounds like a hard knock life. For real, for real. So then Tamika meets up with Taj, right? And you could tell that they have a good friendship. You could tell Taj is like a big sister to them. And they're talking, and they were talking about all the ideas that they have for, you know, the concert and things like that. And then Tamika's like, well, you know, of course we want to do that, but, you know, Tasha is like off the radar. So she's like, so what, she's not going to do it? And you could just tell that she's hurt. Like, she broke down crying. It just really sucks because they sisters. And I know that, like, sisters fight, but this is not the normal fussing and fighting, the back and forth. This is, like, really, like, worse than enemies. Like, you stole from me. You're being a snake. You're lying. So Taj asked her, why does she feel like she always have to follow behind her sister? She says that she always felt like she had to follow behind her sister to get her mother's approval. Y'all... They need a family therapy session. And I mean, not like one, a whole bunch. Like every 2 days, we need to sit down in a therapy session and figure this thing out. Because it ain't no way. Tasha and Tamika got some deep-rooted issues, and it stems around that mama. Because this episode, I wanted to fight that mama. Because she's an instigator, she's a gaslighter, and she provokes. And that's dangerous for a mom. So Tamika pulls up to Tiny house and she's trying to find a kitchen. Lord, Tiny can't find her kitchen either because she got like 5. Then Candy pulls up and I was like, Lord, they about to have another meeting. So they sitting down, they drinking, they getting ready. Tiny like, they grown, okay? So they need to put these feelings aside so they can make this money. And I'm not mad at her for that because like at the end of the day, this is about a paycheck. We not doing this for fun. Yes, we gonna have fun while we doing it, but we trying to get paid in the process, baby. Tasha shows up and she's still feeling some type of way. She feels like it's too soon to do this, but she had the nerve to say that she's only here out of the love for Tiny. Girl, if you don't shut up, like it's just the foolishness for me at this point. Because I'm really sitting here trying to figure out, are we watching teenagers? Or are we watching a Bad Girls Club? Like, why you act like you're not a grown woman, you don't know how to behave yourself and handle yourself properly? This is a business. Y'all are a business. Handle your business. But then again, you move funny because you up to something. This seems like a plot. It seems like a scheme. Like you don't want to make this right for your own personal gain. But we're going to get into it. So they sitting down and Tiny's like, anybody want to start? Somebody, anybody? let's get this conversation going. So Tiny was like, you know what? Let's just start with management. Like, we feel like we need another manager because ever since the verses, we should be working. They had one of the highest view verses. The girls was excited. The fans were excited. And they haven't really been doing nothing ever since then. So that's their management fault. But of course, that's Tasha's family's friends and whatnot. So she feels like she don't know if she want to change management. Girl, just go. Just go. Because I feel like you're just holding this group back. You holding everything back. Wasn't you part of the reason y'all broke up the first time? I understand why and I see it. Because you sit around and make it seem like the girls was out to get you when, baby, you was sabotaging this whole thing the whole time. So they like, Tasha, what do you feel about this? She like, I'ma just have to pray on it. Girl, go away. Candy was in the confessional like, pray on it means she got to go talk to her brains, her husband, because she can't make a decision without him. Child, then they had the nerve to cut to the confessional of him whispering in her ear, telling her what to say. I'm like, what kind of controlling, manipulative BS is this? It's one thing to hear about things and, you know, see the little rumors and everything, but it's another thing to start seeing things with your own two eyes and you just sit back and like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. So Tasha gets up and she's about to leave because she feels like before they can even get into this business thing, she need to talk to her sister. Okay, she goes out and she's telling Tiny like, until she make this right with my mother, she was being disrespectful. My mother did everything for us and she raised her. She didn't deserve any of that. I'm like, yeah, it was all good and well when your mother's on your side, right? It's all good. It's always Tamika's fault when y'all ganging up against her. How about your mother and you apologize for stealing that girl's money and trying to cover it up and making excuses for it? How about you pay your sister back? Because she better than me, because if it was me, I wouldn't even want to work with you no more. How you want to steal my royalties? And you still want me, and I'm still working with you. And you got the nerve to be walking around here like I owe you something. Child, the way that child, y'all don't understand. The way I was just sitting here so pissed off watching this whole episode, I was just like, there ain't no way. Ain't no effing way. So now the SWV ladies are going home. I'm so happy for the SWV ladies, y'all, because they give us a break. They get me out my feelings for a few seconds, okay? I love seeing Taj when she gets home and enjoying her family and her children. And she asked her son, like, do you know who Xscape is? And he was like, nah. And then production is funny because they're going to play a clip of them singing one of their songs that's like, oh, no, of course you don't. Or something like that, child. Don't even get me the line. Y'all know I can't catch a beat. Okay, I can't catch a beat, but y'all know, y'all saw it. Coco gets home and them dogs are excited because that's all you hear is barking, barking, barking. Her mom is in the kitchen cooking. She said that her mama raised her Jesus way and no other way. We find out that, you know, her mom basically taught her how to sing in a choir and that she hid that she was in an R&B group from her mother for a long time and her mother definitely wasn't supporting her until she bought her a brand new car. I said, that's a daggone shame. It'll always be your own people not wanting to support you until you pulling out the checks. Now we all on your side. Back then, we didn't want me. Now I'm hot, all on me. We find out that one of her sons has 1.1 million followers on Instagram, and her other son wants to be a singer, even though he was supposed to be a dentist. They trying to get him back into being a dentist because he doesn't really know what he wants to do yet. So if this is something that you was passionate about before, don't just go ahead and hang it up when you could, you know, really work on it. So they told him, like, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're happy, but not really. I was like, child, Coco, didn't you just say your mama didn't support you? You better go ahead and support your son. Go ahead and just let it go because you know what it feels like to not be supported in something that you want to do. So now Candy is in the studio singing, child. Candy, girl, you know what? I'm going to keep that comment to myself. I'm going to just let it go, okay? And she's telling us how she's so busy with, you know, the housewives and the old lady restaurants and the Blaze restaurants and the, you know, now the Xscape group and being a mom and being a wife and all these things and how she barely got time for anything. So she hasn't really had time to invest in her music the way she wants to, okay? So, of course, Ty comes in and they start talking about why her and Tasha just can't seem to get it together. Ty asks her, do you feel like it's because you went solo? And she's jealous of the person you became because that's who she wanted to be. And I was like, woo, child. Jealousy is a bitch. So now Tasha is at her house packing because her and her husband are so annoying. They're so annoying. They sitting down eating breakfast and, you know, she goes to pray over the food. He like, you just going to pray without me? You going to say grace without me? Because y'all being fake. Because if y'all said grace together every day, it wouldn't even been a second guess. Stop putting on for the cameras. That's how you just know that they're just all fake. So he asked her, like, so what's going on between you and Candy? Tasha feels like Candy always had a problem with her being a lead singer because they kept giving her all the leads. And she brought up how Candy will always mention that, you know, Tasha was going solo. Tasha was trying to go solo. That's why they was pushing for her to have all the leads. And Rocky was like, so you feel like she really just dislikes you? And she's like, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something that she don't like about me. Because when she went to go solo, Candy told her that if you leave, you can't come back. Then coincidentally, when she went solo, they shelved Tasha's album and then Candy's album was released. So she feels like maybe it was some funny business going on. And I was like, well, now we understand what it is. You were jealous. You do have this dislike for Candy because she became the it girl and you still over here striving for it. But you know what? Karma is a bee, and you're getting all your karma coming back to you. Your nasty attitude, your sneaky ways, your lying, your stealing, all that stuff is the energy that you put in the universe, and it's never going to come back to you in a good way. Then we find out she's still trying to go solo. Child, y'all just got y'all group back together. Y'all on this high where it's like this is the time for y'all to really get out here and do your thing, and you still want to go solo. Why not just invest in the group that's paying you, and then when the time is right, it will work out for you? How about you do right by your sister, and then God will probably bless you with that career that you're looking for? Her husband meet up with the record label, and they're sitting down and they're asking her, like, okay, so why now? And she was like, she really just wants to, you know, sing her truth. And when you're in a group, you can't really express your truth because everyone's not feeling the same thing. So he was like, so they don't know that you here? And she was like, no, they don't even know that I'm here. Right then I was like, yeah, you see it, because you all saw his face. His face was looking like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And the crazy thing is, her husband's like, I didn't know that. Yes, you did. Y'all just some lying people. Yes, you did. You clearly knew that. But of course she covered it up and make it seem like, you know, I just didn't want to say anything because I've done this before and it never went through. So I don't want to put it out there just yet and then it falls through. Yeah, because you're using them as a backup plan, because if this doesn't fall through, then you're going to go crawling back to Xscape like you keep doing and just keep sabotaging them. Just tell them what it is. I'm trying to go solo. Y'all go ahead and go on tour with SWV and go about your merry life, because at this point, you're a fool and you're a clown. And I really don't like this side that I'm starting to get to know about you at all. Then they're gonna ask her, like, so can you sing at the drop of a dime? And now she ended singing, doing all the runs of the runs of the runs. Child, I can't. So they like, so what does this mean for your group? Right, so what does this mean for the group? Girl, you know what this means for the group because you didn't want to be in a group to begin with. Miss me with the BS. Y'all, that was the episode. I really was trying to, like, you know, have a good time with y'all and really, like, you know, laugh and kiki and giggle. But this whole episode was really, really heavy. If it wasn't for the little bit of scenes that we got from SWV, we would have been traumatized with Daggone Tamika. I hope y'all like this video. Don't forget to go ahead and like this video. Comment your thoughts down below, baby, because I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, okay? Hopefully you made it all the way to the end. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know that you was here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.